everyone, my name is Hannah and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be unhauling some books. I made a video a while ago about books that if I don't read within this year I'm gonna unhaul. Well, I've come to the conclusion that I'm not gonna read those books and I'm ready to get rid of them. So we are gonna be going through my shelves one by one and taking some things off and talking about them. So I think there will be 3 categories: books that I bought I don't have any interest in, that I haven't read, books that I have read and I don't like, and books just miscellaneous. I don't even know what they're doing here, but they're here and they need to go. Yeah, there's gonna be so many books. I have already kind of started compiling a list of books that are on my shelves into an unhaul list on Goodreads. It's up to like 50 books. Now I don't know if I'll be brave enough to get rid of 50 books today off my shelves, but we're gonna try my best. I think I'm going to sell them on Pango Books. I'll list that link in the description if you want to buy any of these books. Let's take the books off now. Okay, here are all the books from that first bookshelf. Oh my gosh, wow. I'm gonna count them real quick. I have 25, oh my gosh. Let's go through them. Also, I kind of figured out that the miscellaneous category will be books that I read I was okay with, but I'm never gonna reread. That makes sense. Okay, so we'll start at the top here. I have Superman Dawnbreaker by Matt DeLapina. Not really super interested in like superheroes. I think the only reason I got this was because I have Catwoman by Sarah J Maas. I'm a big Sarah J Maas fan, and I didn't even like Catwoman by her, so I don't think I'm gonna like this. I know that they're all kind of companion novels and I have no interest in like piecing together a story, so that is why this one is going. Next I have Pride and Pyramids by Amanda Grange and Jacqueline Webb. I mean, this is just kind of a parody of Pride and Prejudice with mummies. I guess I'll read the back. Pulled into the craze of Egyptology, the Darcys and their lively children, okay, so they're married, embark on an expedition to find a hidden tomb and uncover treasures. Not only are immeasurable riches awaiting them in the exotic land of the Sphinx, but also danger and betrayal and the chance to lay an ancient grudge to rest. I don't think I'm gonna like it, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. Okay, next I have Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. I tried to read this one way back when I was younger, and I didn't like the character as much. So I really have no attachment to this one. So we're gonna get rid of it. Next I have Broken Beautiful Hearts by Cami Garcia. I have no idea what this is about. Let's find out. When star soccer player Peyton Rios receives an offer for her first choice college, her senior year starts off exactly as planned until she uncovers her boyfriend's dark secret. Peyton confronts him and finds herself falling down a flight of stairs. Her knee and possibly her dream of going pro is shattered. Everyone at school is talking. Was she pushed or did she fall? Peyton knows the truth even if no one believes her. With her future on the line, Peyton goes to stay with her uncle in a small town to focus on her recovery. That's where she meets Owen. A year ago, Owen Law's life changed and he doesn't want anyone to know why until he meets the new girl in town. But dating is off the table for Peyton, even for a guy as sweet and sexy as Owen. He tries to chip away at her walls. What in the world? Okay, I know what they're getting at, but that was just weird. But Peyton senses that he's hiding something and she's afraid to trust her own heart. We're gonna get rid of it. Next is Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. I do not know where I got this. I have never been interested in this book, so that's an easy get rid of. Next I have Carnival-esque by Neil Jordan. We'll read what it's about. Andy walks into Burleigh's amazing hall of mirrors, and then he walks right into a mirror and becomes a reflection. Another boy, a boy who is not Andy, goes home with Andy's parents, and the boy who was once Andy is literally pulled by the hands by a girl named Mona into another world, a carnival world where anything might happen. No. Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. So I read this for a book club pick. It was actually my book club pick in last December, and it was good, but I'm never gonna reread it. I liked Circe better. I don't even know if I'm gonna reread Circe, so that one might be next to go in my next unhaul, but I just don't see the point in keeping this, so that's why. Next is Unwrap My Heart, oh gosh, by Alex Falcone and Ezra Fox. I don't really want to explain what this is about, but I will. It's a mummy romance. And this was also a funny book club pick. Actually, great story. I got this off of Amazon. I was like, okay, I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna return it. And I tried to return it and they're like, no, keep it, we'll refund your money. So because this isn't a legitimate publishing, like, you know, so I don't know how I'm gonna get rid of this one. I don't know. I don't want to make money off it. Yeah. Next is The Time Traveler's Wife. Man, why is this book so heavy? Oh wow, it's 500 pages. Does not look like 500. I really like the movie of this. It's about Henry D. Tamble, who is a time traveler, and he meets his wife. I really can't explain the timeline because it's so complicated. I didn't like the book. I really liked the movie. I did not like this book. I am not gonna reread it. Next is Bittersweet by Colleen McCullough. It's a historical fiction. As two sets of twins, the four Latimer sisters are as close as can be. Although famous throughout New South Wales for their beauty, wit, and ambition, the young women are not enthusiastic about their limited prospects in life at the end of World War I. I'm not a super big historical fiction person, so I'm not gonna read that. Next I have Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I got this at like a thrift store. I've tried to read it. I don't know. I'm not I'm not interested in it. I really am not. Oof. Next I have Hopeless by Elsie Silver. I got this at a used bookstore. I think I'm just realizing that I don't like adult romance. I'm not even, this isn't even the first one in this series. I don't know if you can read the series out of order. I'm not gonna attempt it. I'm just gonna get rid of it. That's why this is going. So next I have Agatha Christie's Passenger to Frankfurt. This is probably like one of the least rated or the worst rated books I have on my shelves. And for that reason, I'm out. Next, I'm so sad about this. My Lady Jane and My Plain Jane by Cynthia Hand and, oh, there's three. Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jodi Meadows. This is like a funny historical fiction series, and it has become a show. Let's see, I only got 30 pages into it and I was already done with it. So bad. The writing is really strange for me, which makes me sad because I really like Cynthia Hand, but maybe having 3 authors for one book isn't a great idea. This one follows Lady Jane Grey, Queen of England. She's about to become the Queen of England, and this one's Jane Eyre. And it is like a silly, like, romantic comedy. It doesn't take itself seriously at all, but I kind of wish it did. And I got this one and I got this one thinking I would love this one, but I don't think you have to read this this one first, but I don't think I want to read this one at all. So let's take out my bookmark. I don't even know. Oh, cool. This is one of the bookmarks that's on my shop. That's fun. And let's get rid of those. Next, I have The Host by Stephanie Meyer. This is the alien story that she wrote. I'm not an alien person. I'll read sci-fi, but I'm not an alien invasion, apocalyptic setting person. I do not like it. I'm not gonna read it. I don't think I'm gonna like it. For that reason, ow. Next, I have Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So sad. I put 1, 2, 3 little sticky tabs in it. I like Taylor Jenkins Reid. I don't like this book. Carrie Soto is not likable. She's not supposed to be likable, but she's so unlikable that I do not care about her. So it's about Carrie Soto, who was a really big pro tennis person, and she retired, and now she's coming back to reclaim her titles with her dad as her coach again. Yeah. And she's just not a super nice lady, which is fine. She doesn't have to be a super nice lady. I just truly do not care about her at all, so that's why she's gone. Next, I have This Is What Happy Looks Like, and oh no, not this word. The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith. They're just cutesy young adult romance novels. I've never read any Jennifer E. Smith. Graham Larkin and Ellie O'Neill meet virtually when Graham accidentally sends her an email about his pet pig Wilbur. The two 17-year-olds strike up an emo relationship even though they live on opposite sides of the country and don't even know each other's first name. Graham doesn't know the secret hidden in Ellie's family tree. Ellie is unaware of Graham's life in the spotlight. It's kind of cute. It's kind of a cute premise. I don't know. It's okay. This one, Hadley Sullivan missed her flight, stuck at JFK Airport, and late to her father's second wedding. It's taking place in London and involves a soon-to-be stepmother Hadley has never met. Then she meets the perfect boy in the airport's cramped waiting area. His name is Oliver, he's British, and he's sitting in her row. A long night on the plane passes in the blink of an eye, and Hadley and Oliver lose track of each other and the airport chaos upon arrival. Can fate intervene to bring them together once more? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that does sound kind of cute. It's kind of cute. Should I keep them? I might save them. I don't know. That actually sounded kind of cute. We'll put them on this side. Next we have You Had Me at Hola by Alexis Daria. I read this one. This one is about two, they're not both soap opera stars, but that's kind of what, they're both TV show stars, and they're on the same TV show, and romance occurs. It's really about them on set and their acting, which I really liked how that was done. It wasn't too confusing with like the actors storyline and their character storyline. Alexis did a good job of separating that, but I did not like it that much. Nothing really too terribly against it. Like, it was really cute. It's just not my thing. So yeah. Next we have Emma by Jane Austen. This one hurts me because Pride and Prejudice is one of my favorite novels of all time. And I've watched Emma, the movie. I mean, yeah. And obviously there's like Clueless, which is also an Emma spinoff. But I tried to read it and I didn't like it. I really didn't. Next I have Crime and Punishment. I don't know what this is about. I know this is a classic. I think someone just gave me this because they had it and they didn't want it. And now I don't want it, so I'm gonna get rid of it to someone who probably doesn't want it. Okay, so there's that one. I have Romeo and Juliet by Shakespeare. A little pocket version. I don't need this one. I have a massive The Complete Works of William Shakespeare book that has Romeo and Juliet, so that's why I'm getting rid of it. I actually really do like Shakespeare, and I really do like Romeo and Juliet. Next I have The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I don't think I want to like this one, so there's that one. And the last one from that bookshelf is The Book of the Maid Servant by Rebecca Barnhouse. Oh, I'm not gonna read it, so it's gonna go. Okay, so that's all the books from the first shelf. I might look into these a little bit more and see if I want to keep them. They've been on my shelf a long time. I've not read them, but I don't think I knew what they were about. So now that I know, I might hold on to them. Next shelf. Possible, but I might have pulled more on this side, which is crazy because this side is more my favorites. Yeah. Oh no. So we're gonna oh man, a lot of these are yeah. Yep. Okay, we'll start from the top. We have The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. I recently just read this one this year. I had high hopes for it, and it did not live up to it. It was more about the romance in the book than the game itself. So this one is about a girl named Lucy who wants to adopt this boy, and there's this big book series that is actually like kind of real. Like, the author lives on the island that he's writing about, and it's kind of a magical place. What drew me to it was the game aspect, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory aspect of it, as like if you win you get this grand prize, and it kind of skipped over a lot of the game aspect of it. The island was really cool, but I just wanted more of like a competitive game thing, and it was not. It was really cute, but I didn't really like it as much as I thought I would. I do have quite a few series in this section, so this will probably go a little bit faster, but I have The School for Good and Evil by Soman Chinani. I have books 1, 2, and 3. This is one of the very first books I got, like, myself, that started a lot of things. And back then I didn't know too much about young adult. Like, I thought it went middle grade to adult. I did not know there was an in-between, and so I was reading more middle grade. And this series is really interesting. It's about these two best friends, Sophie and Agatha, and they get taken essentially to this school for good and evil, but Sophie gets taken to evil and Agatha gets taken to good, but they're like adamant that they should be on the other side. But it kind of gets revealed along the way that no, they're kind of in the right spot. My problem with this series is it could never make up its mind. It just went back and forth on so many things, on what is good, what is evil. I just wish it would have stuck to something. And same for this one, A World Without Princes. It was like boys versus girls and what it means to be a boy, what it means to be a girl, and it just went back and forth so much on what that means, and it never got there. And so I didn't even bother reading this one. I don't know what it's about, but I think there's like some games and like competitions and like Harry Potter-esque things happening in here, and I really liked the world, and the school was really cool. So I'm getting rid of this one. Next I have Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson. So I'm keeping Kiss of Deception. I really like Kiss of Deception, and apparently I read this already. I didn't know. I had to check Goodreads, but I read this. I don't remember it. I don't remember what happens. So the first one is about this princess who is leaving home because she doesn't want to get married to this prince. And in that book, the prince and an assassin are following her, and you get her perspective, the prince, and the assassin's perspective. But when she meets both of them, you, the reader, does not know which one is the prince or which one is the assassin. It's fantastic. Really, really good. And so this one is the aftermath of what happens in that story. And I didn't like it. No, I'm really sad because that means I'll never get to finish this series, but sad, but we're getting rid of it, and I will keep Kiss of Deception because I have reread that one a few times. Next we have Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. Wow, it's been a while since I read this. I don't think I finished it. And then I watched the movie, and I can say that I am not a fan of either. I don't know. So I read this right after reading Mockingjay. Like, I was going through all of them. I absolutely adore Hunger Games. This book felt like it was written by a fan. Not that a fan can't write a good book, but it just didn't feel like Suzanne. Didn't feel like the world. Didn't feel like the same people. It just wasn't good to me. The whole point of this book is Snow. It's his backstory. Okay, it's him when he was young. 10th annual games, so brand new. The war has happened. The war that has, started all of this, the Hunger Games, has happened between the capital and the people, right? So the games are already a thing. This is the 10th year. Snow is 18 years old. But President Snow, as we know, is a really awful person. So in this book, what I expected was for him to start off, I don't know, decent, like a decent person, and then the character growth to him being a villain, because I thought this was a villain's backstory. This is not a villain's backstory. This is Snow starting, with the capital, on the capital side, and increasingly getting over to the district side, which is fine. I just needed there to be an end where he turns evil. I wanted him to do that because otherwise, like, okay, so when does he do that? Next we have Gilded and Cursed by Marissa Meyer. This is the first one. This one's about a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. Most of her books are retellings of fairy tales. And this girl, you know, meets him, and there's castles and ghosts and curses and things like that. And this book was hard for me to get through. It went back and forth between a lot of things. It was like the story literally got nowhere, which is so sad because Marissa Meyer is one of my favorite authors. She wrote my absolute favorite book of all time, Heartless. I did not like this one. I didn't like it, but I wanted to keep going, and I read Curse, which was the second one, and I think I liked it better. It's definitely more interesting what happens in here. Next, I have Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, and Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo, aka the Grishaverse trilogy. It just wasn't my cup of tea, pretty much. I have all three because I really thought I was gonna like it, and I didn't. Let's leave it at that because I feel like I'm being really harsh, and I don't want to be harsh. Next, I have Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. The only reason I'm getting rid of this is because I found better copies that I like, and I haven't read it yet, but I'm gonna try to read the ones I got. So, next I have The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. It's a high fantasy novel. I am not, so Mistborn is going to be my big break into adult fantasy, and I think this one is just a little too much for me right now, so that's why I'm going to get rid of that one. Next I have Sparrow Hill Road by Shannon McGuire. I think it's like a mystery thriller situation, and I'm not interested in it. Next we have another Pride and Prejudice weird parody book. It's The Mysterious Death of Mr. Darcy. Miss Darcy is devastated. The joy of his recent wedding has been cut short by news of sudden death of his father's beloved cousin, Samuel Darcy. Elizabeth and Darcy travel to Dorset, a popular Regency resort area, to pay their respects. This is no summer holiday. There's danger. Several of Samuel's treasures went missing, and then his body disappears. They have to investigate. I don't know, this one actually sounds kind of good. I don't think I'm gonna read it. I think that's enough said for that. Next I have Legend by Marie Lu. I read this one recently. I liked it. Came back on it. I don't think I want to hold on to this or continue the series. I tried to read Prodigy. I think I'm done with it. And I just kind of want to get rid of it. It's pretty spontaneous reason, but that's it. That's the reason. Next I have Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. Also recently read this. Wasn't feeling it. That's why it's gone. Okay, not quite sure what I'm going to do with this yet, but Ever the Hunted, Ever the Brave, and Once a King by Erin Summerall. I read the first two, okay, and I liked it. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. It's about, so somebody kills her dad, kingdom or whatever, royal guard, I don't know, believes it's the guy that she actually likes. So she basically has to go and hunt him down because otherwise it's on her. She's the only other suspect. So she has to go hunt down the man that she's actually in love with. There is kind of a love triangle in here. And I will say, it did not go the way I wanted it to. Will I reread this again? I don't think so, because I'm so disappointed in who she ends up with. The last one I have is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I have the big old box set, all three, Here's a little picture that comes with. I read the first one and I didn't like it. Pretty simple. I liked the movie better, and I didn't want to continue the series if I didn't like it. That is all the books. Wow. Let's get them all out here. Let's make a wall. Okay, guys. That is it for this book on haul. If you want to check my Pango books, I'll leave that in the description. I will try to post most of these books. I don't think all of them will be able to get onto Pango, but we shall see what I do. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.